During these 8 years professionally, I did a lot of things, and I went through a lot of things, you know, NBA, EuroLeague, Eurocup, ABA League, ACB, so when you combine all that, you would say that I'm 32, not 23.
But no, he is 23 years old and has a story to tell. One with so many twists and turns, it deserves to be told. A story wherein the most important chapter is called Lugo, a city that changed everything. A Bosnian who turned out to be a Galician.
Hey, BRATE, what's happening?
Hermano, estaba en español, mete BRATE. Estaba en inglés, mete BRATE también.
Llamamos BRATE todos, e incluso nosotros como gallegos la adoptamos esa palabra.
Every day I said like maybe 150 times, BRATE.
But to understand this story, we have to go back a few years and travel far away from Lugo and also Madrid.
He was a leader from the beginning. When he played like a child with all kids around the home, he liked to be a leader. He went first in every situation. All kids around the home, around the crew wants to be like him. So that's the huge difference between him and the rest of the guys.
That leader was born on May the 8th, 1999 in Bihać, the city that saw Dzanan Musa grow up.
He was 11. He had a few tournaments, and man from Sarajevo, our legend Sejo Bukva, saw him and think that he was unbelievable talent. He wants to come in the main city in Bosnia. And when we leave him in Sarajevo, everybody cried.
His family cried because there were some doubts. Dzanan was 11 and his dreams meant leaving to live all alone in a city still deeply marked by the war.
He was so young. Sarajevo is an amazing city, you know, for the grow people. But when you are a kid, definitely you need your parents. That was a tough moment for him. When you go home alone, for example, 10 p.m., you have to think how to come home safe, you know, and it's tough. It's tough. He had a few situations that he has to grow so fast.
I met Dzanan when he was 16 years old. Practically never seen the kid with that age with such a big confidence. Too emotional, too hot, and it didn't help him at the beginning of his career.
Dzanan was 15 and the time to make the first decisions had come.
He's supposed to sign the contract with Olympiacos Athens. It will be some kind of the suicide to go such a young in such a big team. How
to explain young player? Okay, you have an offer from Olympiacos, one of the biggest clubs in Europe, and at the same time you have an offer from Crvena Zagreb. It's a great organization with great players, but you know Olympiacos is a huge team. Sejo Bukva and Dzanan went to Athena to discuss about that option.
I proposed him to stay in the region and to develop step by step. They liked my advice.
And Miško was that key that Dzanan signed for Crvena Zagreb, definitely.
In Cedevita's youth teams, Dzanan was met by a man who will turn out to be very familiar for him. Remember his name.
Primer día cuando vino en Zagreb, en Cedevita, yo me recuerdo perfectamente, era asistente entrenador de Jasmin Repeša y hicimos un amistoso y llamamos a algunos junior, él era cadete todavía. Después partido me recuerdo bien hablando con Repeša de partido y él me preguntaba ¿y qué tal Tomas, Ukic? Yo he dicho bien, físicamente están bien, pero mejor de todos era Musa.
The summer of 2015, he had just turned 16, and right there the first turning point in his career appeared.
Mira, él era una estrella en su país. Ganando este europeo, era que cadetes era un primer trofeo para Bosnia como país en todos los deportes.
We don't have a lot of trophies in our history, and when you get something big, it's a crazy day.
Volviendo de este europeo, yo creo que eran unos 50,000 personas en Sarajevo.
Almost like we won the World Cup. Everybody talk about it outside the buildings, in restaurants. Everybody wants to welcome that guys. They were so young and put in that situation to have to live with that pressure.
Eran muchas expectativas de él, de toda la gente.
In the first few months, it was so tough. Everybody wants to interview, wants the picture with Dzanan. Dzanan became famous during the night.
El debut de Lugo Dzanan en la Liga Endesa.
Se hablaba mucho, Doncic, Musa. Doncic ha tomado otro camino, no jugaba con selecciones de Eslovenia, cadetes, juniores, todos los veranos gastaba para mejorar individualmente, y Musa jugaba siempre con su selección y él tenía mucha más presión. No fue bueno, pero no se paraba.
Dzanan played the last game with Cervida Zagreb tonight, and I was on that game and need to take a car and drive him to Italy, to Treviso, to have interview with all that teams.
Dzanan wanted to take advantage of the opportunity and had the crazy idea of having interviews with 28 of the 30 NBA franchises in only one morning.
Crazy experience. He finished the game around 10 p.m. We have to be like 8 a.m. tomorrow in Treviso. Dzanan slept all the time, loud music, and went to Treviso, so everything was perfect in that moment. Barclays Center, Dražen Petrović jersey on a whole.
In the 2018 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Dzanan Musa from Bihać, Bosnia.
He's been dying to play in the NBA his entire life. This is his dream.
When they said, Dzanan Musa, you drafted for Brooklyn Nets, you know that you succeed.
That's right, he had achieved it, what he had always dreamt of. He was in the NBA, but it didn't take long for the path to go astray.
Allí no tenía mucha oportunidad porque su cuerpo todavía no era para NBA.
He didn't have many minutes, and the Nets didn't hesitate. Straight to the G League.
En Liga de Desarrollo siempre, tenía 20 puntos, una media.
But that wasn't where Musa wanted to have his minutes, so he moved on.
Frustration was so big that he decided to coming back to Europe.
2.5 years after the draft, Musa said goodbye to the NBA with a bag full of doubts. His destiny? Anadolu Efes Istanbul, the European champion, where he looked to recover his game.
It was middle of the season. He played I think the 10 or 12 games for Efes.
I don't know, it's just like every basketball, ways. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. I don't blame Efes, I don't blame the coach, I don't blame everybody, because they won the 2 times European Championship. So it's all respect to them, I wish them all the best, and that's it.
He'd been there for 6 months, but coach Ergin Ataman didn't use him. He couldn't even score a single point in EuroLeague.
During these 8 years professionally, I did a lot of things, and I went through a lot of things, NBA, EuroLeague, Eurocup, ABA League, ACB. So when you combine all that, you would say that I'm 32, not 23.
We have a family dinner, and he got the phone call from Miško, and he told the best option right now is to go to Lugo. I know that you don't know where is Lugo. This is a small city in Spain. They just became newcomer in ACB.
I mean, he was like shocked.
I said, where is that club? Because I checked on the standings in ACB, they're not in the first division. And I was like, you're sending me to the second division? What is this?
Probably when we finished the conversation, he got very mad, very upset. Situation was very simple. Dzanan is still very young. He reached almost everything. He played NBA. He played EuroLeague was signed with the best European team. Contracts were huge. Money is there. Everything is really great. But he didn't play for 1 year. So I told him that the most important for this summer is to find a place where he will get the freedom and he will start loving basketball again.
That was probably one of the toughest days in his career.
Most important guy was Paco Olmos.
We put him alone to stay in that restaurant.
And then he spoke with Paco Olmos on the phone and the situation getting better.
He said, listen, I want you to be a leader, but not only that, I want you to take care of the other guys. I want you to be the captain of the team. And I was like, okay, but I don't know any Spanish. I don't know how will I talk. Don't worry, they speak all English, you know, so very well.
At that moment, that critical moment of his career, he didn't say, oh, I'm a player from Nets, I'm a player from FS Pilsen. No, he said, this is good for me. I go there, I don't care that this is the small team, small city.
The rest is history.
This city has something special. We're walking on the center of the city yesterday and everybody's calling me, you know, being friendly. So I like it and I feel it's going to be a good season. As I said, this city has something special.
Pues bueno, creo que vengo un poco más yo, la verdad, que no suelo cocinar mucho. Y bueno, es una cafetería, un bar, restaurante que está al lado del pabellón, es el Venecia. Y aparte de, bueno, de tener, pues de darnos de comer, etcétera, pues tiene un trato con nosotros que es especial y siempre vienen jugadores. Todos los años viene, pues eso, 5 o 6 jugadores a comer casi todos los días. Son parte de la familia. Es que nosotros realmente no lo conocíamos, solo sabíamos pues eso, que estaba en la NBA, que lo habían drafteado con 18 o 19 años, se va de la NBA, se va de EFES y es como, ostras, que va en picado, tiene que haber algo. Y talento, o sea, tiene raudales.
Lo veía en los primeros días y decía, uff, igual le va a costar adaptarse, no sé qué, vamos a pasarlo mal.
Y todo el mundo, pues en las entrevistas, tenéis un equipazo, Dzanan Musa, Rashid, ya verás, es un jugadorazo, Tyler. Yo no conocía a nadie, de hecho lo hablaba mucho con él y decía, a nosotros no nos conocen, pero es que yo tampoco los conozco a ellos, o sea, los que estamos fichando no sé quiénes son, o sea...
Encima la pretemporada fue de altibajos, de que no había nadie que consiguiera arrancar y demostrar un nivel así muy alto.
3 defeats in the pre-season and a bad sign, a defeat by nearly 20 points against their biggest rival, Monbus Obradoiro.
La gente, si ganamos 2 partidos es un milagro.
Y de repente llega el primer partido de Liga contra Tenerife en casa.
Se ponen a jugar y... Estos tíos van a otro rollo.
Se cuelga del aro, vaya partidazo de Musa, de larga distancia. Madre mía, vaya bombazo.
He only needed 1 game to make everybody in the ACB know his name. Dzanan Musa was the Movistar MVP of that first round, a tiny appetizer of what his season would become.
Tan mal no lo pasamos, la verdad.
Nos cayó la boca a todos el tío.
The first conversation was after the practice next to the Pazzo. It's a little coffee bar with a swimming pool. We was there sitting all the time because this is like our Balkan thing, to sit and drink coffee. We kind of know each other already, not personally, but you know, friends and common. We know that Breogán was back in times a very famous team in ACB. We was all a little bit concerned about coming to Breogán, to let's say like this, at that moment a no name.
After that conversation, he just wanted to feel like a part of that organization.
Quería ser parte de esto, o sea, no llegó aquí, bueno, es que yo no quiero jugar aquí o yo quiero volver a la... No, el tío vino aquí a ser parte de la familia, a empujar, a comer pulpo, a ser un lucense más.
But this is Lugo, you know? Lugo is different.
Nos llama Paco, a Rashid, a Musa y a mí en pretemporada y nos dice, bueno, los capitanes creo que sois vosotros.
Paco ahí fue muy listo, dándole como mucha responsabilidad y haciéndole... Quería que desde el principio él fuera el líder del equipo y se lo explicaba.
¿Cómo fue líder? ¿Cómo nos transmitía esa raza, esas ganas?
Si había que competir, él no quería perder nunca, entonces competía todos los entrenamientos y eso al final. Si el tío que mete más puntos del equipo, que más valora, que más tal, compite de esa manera, pues te tienes que poner a competir contra él como sea.
¡Lanza de tres! La inspiración se le cae de las manos, muy físico penetrando. 2+1 de la inspiración, Dzanan Musa.
Rashid Mahalbashic is the best center in ACB.
Can you press stop, next stop? How much is multa if you don't wear a polo from club? Like history?
No, you look like my grandma, so...
Cut. But I suffered 8 months with him.
And he loves me the most.
This was my third child, brother. In the beginning he was like a third child to me. I realized I don't want to have him as a child. Complicated kid. But he's really like a brother, and I know where he comes from what he's come from, and I'm happy that to good people, good things come back.
Estaban siempre juntos, 23 horas al día con él.
He lived 1 floor above us. A lot of time, really. I mean, sometimes even too much, I think. I'm a little Musa fan.
50% of my success is him in Lugo, and I think that he's my brother for life right now. The basketball gives you something special in your life, and it gave me brother, for sure. For life, it gave me brother. It's really a special bond between me and him.
O sea, una pasada. O sea, era evidentemente el líder en la pista siempre fue Musa, pero en el vestuario siempre fue Rashid.
Rashid also had a certain fixation with Río Breogán's general manager, Tito Díaz.
A Tito Díaz lo tenía amargado al pobre después de cada partido. Tito, queremos esto, queremos lo otro.
Le pegaba unas turras a Tito por todo, pero por todo.
Yes, I mean, I love Tito. Tito is a great person, great GM. He keeping the team already second year in a great position. I don't know how, but he's making it. Breogán is not a high budget team. And every time we was winning, I tried to get something for the team who was benefiting. I mean, not money.
No sé qué día fue, estábamos tomando un café y me mira así, dice, tú tienes que tener un coche de club. No puede ser que tú no lleves un coche como los nuestros. Y llamó a Tito, no sé qué le empezó a decir. Me llama Tito a mí a las 2 horas, ¿qué te pasó en el coche? O sea, claro, porque encima pues no se entendería muy bien.
I never found out if he got it. Maybe he got it this year. Tito can confirm this.
From recently promoted to revelation team, El Pacto became an unwelcoming court for any opponent, and the Copa del Rey became a dream for every Breogán fan.
Salta un tuit, Paco Olmos se va. ¿Cómo que se va? Queríamos enterarnos de las cosas, pero nadie sabía nada.
Con Musa y con Rashid.
En el centro,
sí.
Justo, sí.
Nos quedamos a...
Estaban comiendo pulpo cuando llegamos.
¿Qué tal? Brate, no sé nada,
no sé nada. No me coge. Claro, en el entrenamiento él nos lo dice. Pasa esto...
Al igual que la vez anterior os había dicho que no me iba a ir, que no había nada, esta vez os digo que estamos muy cerca de que se produzca.
Así, o sea, de la noche a la mañana ya no teníamos entrenador.
Fue el que, no sé, construye un poco todo el equipo alrededor de Musa y era nuestro líder. Y de repente vemos eso, que se va tal, nos quedamos en blanco. Y decimos, no, a ver, tienen que estar vacilándonos.
Nothing bad would happen. It was an option in his contract. He took it. He went to San Pablo Burgos at that moment. 2 times Champions League winner, FIBA International winner, whatever.
A very sensitive moment. Who would be chosen to replace Olmos? Maybe the name is familiar. Yes, Veljko Mirčić. The calendar didn't allow a period of adaptation, and there were 3 games left to finish the first leg of the season: Juventud Badalona, Baskonia and Monbus Obradoiro.
Teníamos que ganar por lo menos 1 para meternos, y con 2 ya sería matemático.
We had in locker room, we said let's get our shit together and let's try to achieve this success for us and also for the club and go to Copa del Rey.
Vaya manera de arrancar Dzanan Musa. Está jugando Ferran Bassas, se va a jugar el triple Ferran Bassas, tripleaco de Ferran Bassas. Gana el Juventud de Badalona.
De poco.
Y todos bueno, sabíamos que teníamos que dar un paso más al frente.
El camino para obtener un billete para la Copa del Rey de Granada pasa por ganar este partido. Corre ya el Río Breogán, se clava en el triple Musa, triple de Dzanan Musa. Espectacular.
And Río Breogán's ticket for the Copa del Rey was secured for the first time in 36 years. Musa had already made history.
I remember Musa from the preseason. Okay, we play first game to Tenerife. They lost Super Cup against Real Madrid. We can maybe surprise them. Then we win this. This is one win. The second win we have Burgos. It's already 2-0. We win Betis is 3. We lose against Barcelona. It's 3-1. It's how he is. He really is ambitious. He thinks always games in for ahead, and he really told us already long before that we will go to Copa del Rey.
Señoras y señores, esto ya no hay quien lo pare. Empieza la fiesta del baloncesto. El torneo del CAO está por empezar.
Yo creo que teníamos claro que íbamos a ganar el Madrid. Decíamos, es que vamos a ganar. Si era el Madrid, que estaba encima en un momentazo y tal, pero íbamos con mucha confianza, con la ilusión de jugar una copa, pero con la confianza de decir, ostras, ya casi les ganamos aquí al Madrid una vez.
No era un Musa distinto de jugar contra el Madrid en la Copa a jugar contra, yo qué sé, Unicaja, un partido... No, era el mismo Musa.
He believed so hard that he can win that game.
Stay together, fight them, and fucking really. They will get this one. We will get this one. Right there.
Esto arranca. Balón al aire. Lanzamiento de Musa. Necesita la inspiración. Primeros puntos del Breogán son suyos. Qué buen baloncito, ¿eh? Es que no solo es un anotador, es un creador de juego. Musa tiene el tiro, lo ejecuta de 3. ¡Anda que te va a fallar esa! Muy físico en la penetración. Al final la levanta y la encuentra. La inspiración de Musa. 2 segundos. Tiene que tirar Musa. Musa se dejó la bola por el camino. Victoria del Real Madrid.
It's not that easy to focus on the playoffs when your name is on everyone's lips. Awards, good performances, exit rumours.
Yo recuerdo que había sonado para irse incluso al Madrid, ya Valencia, varios equipos, eso como dices, en Italia.
We had this game closed for, I would say, 80,000 euro or something like this, really small amount. A lot of teams were interested.
Y me dijo, nada, Brate, tranquilo, es que no me voy.
Sí, a nosotros nos tranquilizó bastante porque, bueno, si después de que se vaya Paco, se va Musa, igual esto es la depresión más grande que...
Changing the team during the season will bring him only bigger money.
The luck from everybody, from Breogán, from the ACB, from us players, from the coaching staff. Everybody was happy with this decision.
With the rumours squashed, it was time to focus on the fight for the playoffs. However, misfortune seemed to be a part of the season in Lugo.
Crazy.
This was against Manresa.
Que realmente, o sea, fue
una tontería.
Claro, o sea, no fue ni una falta dura, fue un choque.
Es cierto que en el descanso él habla, no sé qué comenta, y estaba con una voz que decías tú...
Sí, me cogió el doctor y le dije, mucho mejor, es que ya está.
After the game, he called us. Everything is fine. I just have to go to the hospital to check is everything okay with my neck.
We won the game, everybody was happy, blah, blah, blah. I text him, Brate, I'm going to this restaurant. I say, okay, I'm just going to the doctor. I'll let you know when I leave and you order me whatever.
The doctor called us for 30 minutes and told us, okay, he's in coma right now.
I text him, he don't text back. And we had a doctor, Luis. And I call him, what's happening? Oh, it's some trouble, some complication. They made some testing. I was like, what the fuck?
My mom was down at a moment. Dad started to cry, me also. So we tried to speak with Rashid Mahalbashi.
Brought my wife and kid home and went to the hospital. Then they explained us that something was broken there and they had to fix it.
Es que no es una broma, no es un esguince de tobillo, no es que se lesione y no juegue, es algo que su vida corrió peligro.
Thankfully, everything went well.
Cuando él despierta, el equipo no está en Lugo, su novia no estaba aquí, los jugadores nos vamos, entonces él estaba como un poco también solo, ¿no? Y nuestra madre trabaja en el hospital y claro, nosotros dijimos, oye, lo que necesite, estate pendiente de él, vete a verlo siempre que puedas.
Por favor, acércate y preocúpate por él, a ver si necesita alguna cosa.
Mi madre no habla inglés, entonces tampoco se podían comunicar muy bien.
Bueno, no lo domino nada. Y él el español también, más o menos igual que yo el inglés. Pero bueno, entre las señas, yo creo que también la sonrisa, bueno, nos entendimos. Y bueno, no solamente yo me preocupaba por él, sino que muchos aficionados de Breogán que trabajan aquí, en todo momento estuvieron dispuestos a hacerle la estancia lo más cómoda posible, por lo menos hasta que llegara su madre, porque estaba solo los primeros días. Y lo que primero que me pide es un peine para la barba. Y nada, si lo hemos conseguido, ya está ahí.
The situation ended well for Musa, but he couldn't help his team in their last 5 games when the playoffs were at stake.
Curvas con labrada 88, Río Breogán 65, al final victoria por 23 puntos de diferencia.
Balón, Mahalbasic, vuela el triple de Mahalbasic, ahí lo tuvo, se ha marchado fuera. Río Breogán 82, Casa de Mon Zaragoza 85.
Real Madrid 90, Río Breogán 65, triunfo cómodo, balsámico para los de Pablo Lasso.
Para Higgins, aguanta Corey Higgins, se levanta y ¡canasta! ¡Canasta! ¡Elegante! ¡Letal! Ahí está Kalinowski, la continuación la pide Mahalbasic, se levanta Mahalbasic, manda el tiro de Mahalbasic, lo va a ganar el Barça.
A season finale that seemed unfair for Río Breogán, with no playoffs and without Dzanan Musa. The Bosnians' return to action was virtually ruled out by medical recommendations. But Dzanan had other ideas. The last game, and also a last chance for Musa to wear the Río Breogán shirt in an historical year. Would the fans see him play again?
A jugar fue como que toda la gente en las gradas recuperaba la ilusión de decir, vamos a poder disfrutar de él una vez más.
La despedida perfecta, ¿no?
He hadn't practiced for weeks, but he was still the best player in the game. It would be Dzanan Musa's last exhibition with Río Breogán.
Pay ticket?
Yes. Either show me. Who's MVP?
Not you.
Are you saying to me something?
It was a crazy story. We talk about that a lot.
Yo creo que él ya sabía que iba a ser el MVP. No creo que él supiera que su hermano se lo iba a dar ese mismo día. Eso sí que
yo creo que el hermano había estado no sé cuánto tiempo, ¿no? Un día y pico metido en una habitación de hotel para que nadie lo viera en la ciudad.
Lugo is a very small city, and if somebody goes for a coffee in a bakery, he might be seen by somebody.
He's the only possible MVP who cannot make 10 push-ups.
Never mind. You cannot make listen this, as long as the ball goes through the net, it's
and
okay.
bench press 25 kilos.
26. Do you know something that I don't know?
You're not gonna get the MVP.
Okay, who's gonna get it?
What Dzanan sacrificed, the health, the nerves, he lost some hair for sure, sleepless nights.
I went through a lot to that point I went through not playing, being injured, you know, very, very difficult injury for me. And to be 1 month after the injury, after all of that, to be in that moment with all of Lugo, with the MVP trophy, with my family around, it's special. It's very emotional for me, and even now when I remember about that, I get into my emotions. You know, I'm a very emotional guy, but you know, it will always be in my heart deeply, deeply, deeply.
That was definitely something, probably the most special moment for him in his career.
This city here has brought my life, basketball life, again on its path. I was skeptical, of course I was skeptical. When I came there and when I saw that what kind of group of people we have, the people in the city, the people in the club, around the club, it made me probably to be one of the best decisions in my life to go there and to make my career alive again. I cannot thank you enough for everything that you did for me. You will always be in my heart. This is my new home. Te quiero mucho. Guys, thank you so much. And I will always be Breo fan, and I hope we meet soon again. Forza Breo! I had a lot of offers, you know, me and my agent were talking about it, but when Real Madrid calls you, he said to me, you always go.
Recuerdo que sonaba mucho Valencia y Real Madrid. Yo de hecho pensé que iba a ir al Valencia, no sé por qué tenía ahí el pálpito. Y una vez pues estuviéramos hablando por WhatsApp y le dije, ¿qué? Dicen que Valencia, Madrid, ¿qué? Al final dejó de hablarme el cabrón, no me dijo nada hasta que 3 o 4 días después se anunció su fichaje.
When they called me first time, of course I had many offers, like more, but when I heard about the offer from Real Madrid, you have to go there. You know, when they offer you a contract and when they offer you to play here, I signed immediately, and you know, I'm really happy that I did that.
He was the name of the summer, and he already had a team. There was only one question remaining. Would he be able to keep playing at such a high level in a team like Real Madrid? Or would the ghosts of the past reappear?
Se le acaba el tiempo, Musa de 3, triple de Dzanan Musa. ¡Qué canasta, qué calidad! ¡Qué facilidad, qué facilidad!
Infinita la calidad de Dzanan Musa. ¡2 de 3! Dzanan Musa, 6 de 6 en triples. ¡Qué locura de porcentajes este año!
Es un maestro penetrando, Dzanan Musa.
Muy integrado, yo creo que parece que lleva jugando en Madrid una barbaridad de tiempo. O sea, no le ha costado acostumbrarse.
Who said ghosts? Musa fitted in from the first minute and became a leader, as if he'd been playing there all his life.
El legado de ese jugador siempre queda, ¿no? Y en el caso de Dzanan, por supuesto. Yo creo que todo el breoganismo está un poco pendiente de lo que hace y de lo que aporta, y todos sentimos, con su permiso, un poco propio ese éxito.
With anything in life, you know, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have big time, you know, wins and big time losses, and I think the losses are kind of what create your character, you know, build your character.
Mira, esto no es fácil. Desde el primer día jugaba Euroliga, se fue en NBA, EFES y ahora Hay que hacer no un paso atrás, 3 pasos atrás, para dar 5 pasos adelante.
And from the first moment that Musa started to wear the Los Blancos uniform, one date was marked in red by every Breogán fan, and by himself.
Una leyenda aquí en el Pazo.
Entonces es Dios. Hoy el Pazo va a aplaudirle como no se ha aplaudido a nadie nunca, yo creo.
Y con el 31, un dos nosos, uno de los nuestros. Bienvenido, BRATE, a tu casa. ¡Dzanan! 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 ¡Dzanan, esta siempre será tu casa! Yo no he visto esto jamás.
Espectacular.
Nunca. Es espectacular.
Brutal.
El recibimiento que acaba de llevarse Dzanan Musa por parte de la afición de Breo.
I hope that he stays the next 15 years in Real Madrid and get his titles, and I think this is the place he deserves. Let's take time. I think this will be not the last documentary about Dzanan Musa.